All right, we go around the room. One thing good, one thing bad, one thing that we perceive is dirty, which is good.
Hey, I told you I had some baseball thoughts. How about Aaron Judge hitting home runs number 50 and 51 yesterday? That puts him on pace to break his own American League home run record of 62. That dude is awesome.
He is great.
Awesome. His WAR is like 1,000 this year.
Yeah,
he's got 1,000 WAR.
Can I hop? Because mine was the same thing. He's got a 9.4 WAR. He's homered 7 times in his last 7 games, and his OPS is 1202.
It's shame on that Little League World Series baseball team coach that was busting his balls.
Oh yeah,
for not waving to the kids.
Yeah, right.
Maybe he had some baseball to take care of.
It was the New York area coach, wasn't it?
Yes, and by the way, from what I understand, I never met the giant of a man who hits dongs every day. Aaron Judge is like a wonderful young man.
That's what I've heard. I've heard he's great to kids.
Yes, he's one of the faces of Major League Baseball. So that dude needs to stop yapping at him.
It's hilarious. People could say whatever they want, and I think when we just talked to Caleb, it's a good example that I'm trying to figure out, like, why were people writing that Caleb's a diva? Why was there a perception out there that Caleb's, and this is just like how one person could try to scar someone's reputation with Judge. You know, oh, he was bad to the kids. He is, if you've watched him deal with kids at that Little League World Series, they had that game, with the way he treats kids all the time, he's fantastic. And this guy's trying to besmirch him. And again, just people think they can say anything about someone and ruin their reputation.
It's horrible. It's stupid.
So, do the Cubs have...
Oh, he's got
the starting lineup. Does their starting lineup have 51 home runs in it?
Ooh, you know what? I could get that number for you.
Like I think so, because of Seiya, they probably he's
and Ian Happ too.
Happ's got 23. Dansby's got 10.
33 there.
The Hot Bush has got 16.
Okay.
Seiya's got 16. Cody Bellinger's got 13. So yeah, I think.
But it's not a lot.
No.
What do they have, like 70 or 80?
They have 139 total home runs.
Well, that's on the team.
On the starting
lineup. And doesn't that include what's his name?
Christopher Morel,
who
had
they
18.
traded. Yeah.
Like
he still leads the team?
Yes.
Like
no,
Ian
Happ does.
I wonder if Judge and Soto have out-homered the Cubs starting lineup, because they've got 88s between the two of them.
Oh, for sure. For sure they have. Yeah. So here's my good, though. I will give you a good Cubs thing. And that's PCA. I know PCA drew the ire of a few people on this show.
Yeah, I was not high on him. He's had a really good August.
And he had a couple of home runs over the weekend, including this, which was just a spectacular play all the way around with his hustle, a line drive down the right field line, too. Take a listen over the weekend.
And PCA lines one to right, and it's past the outstretched glove of Sanchez. PCA on the move, racing towards third. Are they going to send him? Here he comes. PCA to the plate. And wow! Inside the park home run, Pete Crow-Armstrong. Oh, brother. Can he absolutely fly?
He can. I think he rounded the bases in the shortest amount of time that anyone rounded the bases this year in Major League Baseball. I mean, there aren't many.
14 seconds?
Not many people rounding the bases all at once, though, for inside the park home runs. It was 14 seconds, and I think that was his 6th home run. He hit another one, so that counts as a home run. He hit one over the fence, conventional style, the next day for his 7th home run. He's been much, much better, and he's one of the few exciting players on their team. Again, he's got a long way to go still, with more consistency, but you got to like the steps he's taken since the All-Star break. And again, he just provides the excitement level that a lot of those Cubs just don't have, that are boring, just yawn-inducing players, and PCA is not that, so he's my good. Tyler?
My good from the weekend, college football back in our lives, but specifically in that Georgia Tech and Florida State game, I'm going to give a nod to the kicking that was done in that game. You had Florida State, their kicker Ryan Fitzgerald hit a 52-yarder, and then right at the horn for the first half, hit a 59-yarder with space to clear in the rain. And then, of course, the game was won on a 44-yard game-winning field goal by Georgia Tech. So college kickers usually draw the ire of many college football fans, but not in this game.
No. Is that what you wanted, though, in your first college game? Did you want kicking to be the feature?
Well, it was pretty terrible conditions, so there's not much you could really ask for. But, yeah, both the quarterbacks struggled until the last drive.
And, Jack, do you have a good?
Yes, I do. Drake May was great last night. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but 13-20 for 126 yards and a touchdown. He should have the starting job. I'm concerned about that offensive line. I hope he doesn't get beat up, but he looks really, really good right now.
And as we discovered last week, too, that Jack, who has been working now, how long? A year at the radio station, Jack?
It'll be a year at the end of the month, yeah.
Jack, when he was younger, was the child actor on the Tom Waddle Hawk commercial who said, wow, Tom Waddle.
Yeah.
So, and it's great to hear that he's all grown up now.
He is.
Not me.
Go ahead, Waddle. What's your bad?
My bad is to kind of accentuate what Tyler was saying was Florida State, the number 10 team in the nation, flew all the way to Ireland to get their asses beat by Georgia Tech. You could have stayed home and not gotten, not had to do that. So, yeah, that was a – Tyler, am I right? That is a bad loss for Florida State.
I mean, you got the expanded playoff now, so it's probably not as damning as it used to be.
It's not a death sentence.
But yeah, it's not the way you wanted to start your season, especially when you were a 10.5-point favorite.
Do you buy that, like a lot of the analysts were saying, that Georgia Tech is much better than people thought?
I don't take a lot away from this game, actually, just because of the fact it was in Ireland. The conditions were terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
I don't take much away from it, good or bad, for either team.
There. We played in the Emerald Isle Classic against Army. We had a blast. We were hammered pretty much every day.
You were the opposite.
And we ended up
Caleb.
winning.
Caleb didn't party in high school at all. That's all you did was party in high school.
Yeah, that's right. Not he was living by himself in an apartment. I was throwing parties in my best friend's house when he and his dad and mom went away.
You are the opposite of Caleb.
I was an asshat, no question. Still am. But you fly all the way to Ireland to get beat? Like, that sucks. We won. We beat Army.
Isn't that a couple of years ago? Where did Northwestern win their own?
Yeah, it was Ireland.
Yeah, it was Army.
Ireland. That right? Ireland, they didn't win a single game in North America.
Yeah.
Their only win came against Nebraska and Ireland. Again, I'll go to baseball. My bad is Chris Getz. This surprised me. I send this to you guys, but no response. Maybe it's just the White Sox. Is that the reason?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
So the White Sox have 31 wins. They hit 100 losses over the weekend. I think they're like the fastest in the modern era to hit 100. And Chris Getz, I think, spoke on Friday. I saw this on Scott Merkin's timeline, and I listened to it because someone else retweeted it. Does this sound like a man who's knee deep in a managerial search? Pedro Grifol was fired how long ago? 2-3 weeks ago?
That's not soon enough.
And he was telling us of what they were looking for then, 2-3 weeks ago. You knew before you fired Pedro that you were going to fire him. Mm-hmm. So you knew you had to get ahead of it. Does this sound like they're off and running with their managerial search? Take a listen.
Still getting organized, building our criteria that we're looking for. Obviously, names come in left and right to various people throughout the organization, and we want to make sure we want to find we want to put pen to paper on what the attributes are going to be for our future manager, and then we'll go out and target those individuals. So. We're still building the process and look forward to getting into it more in September and October.
So they're still building the process. They're still putting pen to paper on the criteria. They're still looking for the attributes. I thought he gave us all the attributes they were looking for the day that he held the press conference for Pedro Grifol. I'm not saying that you should have a manager hired by now, but shouldn't they have a short list of guys that they want to interview or get permission to interview either now or when their seasons end?
They inspire no hope. Yes, the answer to your question is yes. Like this, a lot of this work should have already been. You should be in the process of doing this.
He sounded less convinced or convincing Friday than he did the day he fired Pedro Grifol.
I was going to say, how can anyone on this planet make you feel worse about the White Sox after having fired Pedro Grifol? I think keeping him in place would be the peak of your level of disdain with the team. And now, after firing Pedro Grifol, you have less confidence.
Like, wouldn't you want to hear? Look, we're working back channels. There are some things we can't get approved because teams are still playing. We're doing a lot of homework on guys that we have targeted. We know what we're looking for. He's telling us they still don't know the attributes. They're still putting pen to paper down on attributes. Are you kidding me? This is a minor league organization.
Just as I co-signed Waddle's good, I'm going to go ahead and piggyback onto your bad because I was thinking the same thing, Sylvie. 100 losses for the White Sox. They're now 31-100. After their last 8 games, they've actually lowered their winning percentage because they've lost 7 of their last 8. They're on pace for 38 wins on the season. It is horrendous. There is no hope in sight. To your point about Chris Getz not having a plan, I don't think this organization has a plan, and I don't know when it gets better. They're 5 years away from being good.
Well, at least they cut your ticket prices by 10%.
10%.
69 games under 500, by the way.
That is not nice.
My bad is Trey Lance and the stat line that he had in the preseason finale. Did you see it? It was wild.
5 picks.
5 interceptions on 33 of 49 passing. Threw for 323 yards, ran 11 times for 90 yards and a touchdown, and only threw 1 touchdown.
That's crazy.
I'm surprised the guy gets this much leash to just sling the ball around the yard in a preseason game.
You thought, Tyler, you'd seen the worst of it with Stetson Bennett throwing 4 picks.
Think about it. He had 60 touches in this game, 49 passes plus 11 rushes. I don't know how many times he was, and he was sacked 3 times too.
Overall pick by a third by a smart organization
that traded up a mountain to get him as well. And this is where he is now.
Well, that was going to be my bad as well, but I'll just shift it. It's bad that he's also still going to.
What are you going to do? He's just going to shift it. Right?
Shift with an F. Yeah,
I heard it. I heard the F, Jack.
Yeah, I'm just going to.
I heard it.
I'm going to move it over though, but I think it's bad that he's still going to make the 53-man roster. He's expected to. It's brutal.
All right, Waddle, wrap us up.
My dirty is the situation in Colorado. Now Colorado has banned a reporter from asking Dion questions. I like Dion a lot. This just is what's going on over there. I got a feeling, Tyler, again, you're the college football guy. I don't think Colorado's going to be great this year, despite Shador and the kid, the wide receiver who plays both
Travis
ways.
Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, good players, but – and now what are you doing, Dion? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's a dirty situation.
Shefty had a good point about this, saying that if you were going to ice him out and not let him ask questions, just do it privately.
Yeah.
Like, all you're doing is giving this guy a better spotlight.
Yes.
No one knew who this columnist was before. And how many questions
And the guy
does
had
columnist
taken some
ask?
shots at him, but that's the nature of the business. So that's dirty. A dirty situation brewing in Boulder.
My dirty. I don't know if it truly fits the dirty, but I wanted to play Jamus Winston's pregame pep talk anyway. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was going around Twitter. He plays for the Browns now as their backup quarterback.
I didn't even know where he was.
He's one of my favorite guys. It's not really dirty, but I had no room to play it in the good or the bad, and it's just fun. So this is my good, bad, and now fun. Listen to Jamus Winston, who at one time wanted to eat a W. He wants to continue to eat, just something different here. Take a listen.
Hey, man, it ain't just about having fun, man. Yes, remember the time you played your best football game of your life. Yes, sir. Remember the time after that victory you went to CC Pizza and celebrated with the boys. Okay, that's for real. Feel it in your heart, man. It's a long way back to Cleveland. Yeah. Let's not leave it without a victory. Yeah. All right? So put everything you got on the line today. Let's have a game of memory, man. I remember. Let's go. Family number 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Remember that time we went to CC's Pizza with the boys?
It's week 3 of the preseason.
Well, look, this is his time. Remember, they always said he's one. They say he's one of the best dudes in the NFL, though. They do say that.
I hope, because he's made a lot of money, he's buying the CC's Pizza for everybody when they get back.
Have you ever had CC's Pizza? I think
so.
CC's Pizza.
I think I have.
Is that more of a Ohio thing? I don't know CC's Pizza.
I'm not sure it's a great thing, but
Is
I've
that
had
a
it.
South thing?
There's one in Glenview, I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Pizza Man's never been there. What?
No.
So it must not exist.
Clearly.
Well, I mean, like how many chain pizzas, like other than Pizza Hut, have I had in my usually
Papa John's.
there are so many
I feel
good.
like there was an
Domino's.
all-you-can-eat
Right.
element to this.
I think
Oh,
you're right.
boy.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I believe
Tyler,
you're right. Yeah.
that there's an all-you-can-eat element to
Okay,
it.
maybe it's ringing a bell now. All right. Not that I've been there though. I've not been to, but I've heard of the CC's all you can eat. Or go ahead, guys, wrap us up.
All right, my dirty gentleman, keeping it on the baseball theme that I've been hitting on. How about Shohei Ohtani becoming the 6th member of the 40-40 Club over the weekend with a walk-off grand slam on Friday night? That is impressive fashion. He also homered again yesterday, I believe, or 2 nights ago on Saturday. He's now got 41 homers. He's got a shot at 50-50. He'd be the first. And it's still being somewhat overshadowed because of what Aaron Judge is doing. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, my dirty is the floors at the Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana, after Shea spilled his beer the other day at Football Fest yesterday, as he was revving up for 9 beers at Football Fest, but one was a lost leader as he spilled half of it on the floor.
Do you believe that he was the top consumer of beer at football?
No.
Someone else had more than 9 beers.
Someone hit double digits.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Oh my God. Yeah, more than one person.
Good for them.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, wrap us up.
All right, my dirty is I'm going to preface this by saying I am a dog person and I like dogs, but these bat dogs that grab the bat at minor league baseball games. Did you guys see this weekend? Clearwater Threshers, they had a new bat dog, and I believe it was their first go round to grabbing the bat, and it ran around and it did its business in the middle of the field right before an inning started, right in front of the second baseman.
That's part of the entertainment, Jack. It's minor league baseball.
No, I'm ready to get rid of these bat dogs. We don't need these anymore.
Oh, how dare you?
Come on.
That's what the White Sox have been doing all year.
That's what I was going to say.
running
Like,
around in circles,
put
pooping
it on the field. Right. That's well said, sir. Like, that's the way it works. This dog's just like in a minor league park. Look how excited. I'm watching it right now. He's running in circles. Now, here we go.
He's in the first base line right now.
Hey, get your bat. Go get your bat.
He's in the coaching box.
Now he's running over to say hi to the dugout.
Golden
He runs
retriever,
in the dugout, running around. And then he's just going to pop a squat right there, right around the pitcher's mouth.
There was something else that I did see on social media that happened in a ballpark that was not good at all.
Fight?
It,
fight?
It should have been a fight. I want to know how you would have conducted yourself. Are you watching the dump now?
Just running in circles and having a great time, and then squats like in the grass just in front of say, oh, and he's going to drop a double.
Yeah.
Drop a double deuce.
It was
And then he's back off.
now
And then he's going around again.
he's happy as can be after he got that out of his system. All right, Cubby, but how would you guys have conducted yourself if this would have happened where you were sitting or someone who was related to you? I want to see if you guys saw this or heard about this.